Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Uh, Welcome to this live demo session of InterSci Workload Optimizer. My name is David. I am a technical solution specialist for APJC based in Singapore. And today I'm very excited to introduce about InterSci Workload Optimizer and do a quick demo to demonstrate how helpful is it. So, as you can see, nowadays to manage application resources in a dynamic hybrid cloud world in increasingly complex, and your IT team need the visibility for the application where it's running, no matter it's on the cloud or on premise. So, for example, if the application is has congestion and running slow, what is the solution? So without the visibility, maybe they have some of the difficulty to determine where the problem come from and how to fix it. So we will show how Cisco Insight Workload Optimizer manage the critical IT resources and ensure workload of performance with lower operational costs on premises and in the cloud to empower you to adapt your business at any scale. So first, what is the InterSci Workload Optimizer or IWO is? InterSci Workload Optimizer is one of the component built in InterSci is sets-based centralized management and have the complete visibility from infrastructure to the application, leverage real-time AI-powered analytics to evaluate the resources available and the demand from the application to optimize the environment. And we have a result of the actionable recommendation which one can apply manually or automatically based on the policy. So for the InterSci Workload Optimizer is aimed to uh, simplify the application resources management and also can reduce the OPEX with preserve the capital and definitely can help you to improve the business application adapt in the dynamic changing environment with reduce the risk. So for InterSci Workload Optimizer, you usually we look at from the lens of three pillar. You can see here it's a performance, cost, and compliance. And IWO can make sure uh, the optimize performance by the allocating resources to the workloads that needs them the most. When we can see the IWO can place, size, move workload while away, maintaining the compliance with policy, and definitely can maximize the workload density and resources utilization to reduce the cost. So let me jump just to the dashboard and show how IWO can do from what I just mentioned just now. Okay, so here is the InterSci dashboard. In the front page, you can see for the dashboards, the main dashboard, you can see the workload optimizer customized dashboard. For the InterSci, we can do configuration and management from many data center infrastructure equipment like server, chassis, fabric, interconnect, and even for the storage and virtualization. But today we are focusing on InterSci Workload Optimizer, which is located in the Optimize tab on the left menu here. So let me go straight to the IWO dashboard. This is the IWO dashboard. So from the IWO dashboard, you can see the main part here is the supply chain. The supply chain here, we have a different view from the application. It means for the hybrid environment where we can see all of the workloads, application and infrastructure in the system. We also have a different view from cloud perspective of on-premise perspective. Look at in the hybrid environment for the supply chain, we can see all the information from, let's say, below the virtual machine is all about the infrastructure. Uh, we can see the virtual machine running on which host and get a storage from where, let's say, when we hover the mouse to one of the component, we can see the number of the hosts. 23 active hosts is running, and we have a 96% with no pending action. It means when we see the green color, it means everything is good, and just 4% with a minor action. I will talk about pending action here in the next few minutes. Above part is the application information. So we can see the business application with all of the transaction and services, which one fitted by the app dynamic, and with the app dynamic integration into the IWO environment, we can see more information from the infrastructure to the application and can help us to do the troubleshooting and management much easier. On the right side in the main dashboard here, we can see the most important is a pending action and the information of the business application, transaction, etc. For the pending action, we have different category here. For the scaling action is more on the efficiency, can help us to do the optimization. And for the placement action is more on movement for the virtual machine from this host to that host, can help us to improve and or saving the IT resources in the infrastructure. So let me go into the detail of the scaling action, for example. So here is the number of the pending action for the scaling action. We have 177 pending action with a color code red and yellow. Red is more for performance and yellow is for efficiency. So we can see for the performance, we can get the message from the IWO resize up the virtual CPU for the virtual machine from 2 to 3. And we also can see the detail into that one. Drill down to the resize up virtual CPU for the virtual machine. We can see the difference here between before and after we take an action for virtual machine to get more virtual CPU. So let's say we can see here the information for the virtual CPU. At the moment, if we only have 5 gigahertz, the workload is running 100%, and we need to improve to upgrade to the 7.5 gigahertz. Yeah. So if we want to take this action, actually we have two different ways. One is manually click on this action and select the apply select the button on the right side. After we take this action, IWO can go to the container and adjust the virtual machine from the virtual CPU from 2 to 3 and can help us to improve the performance. And another way is in the production network, definitely you don't want to click manually 177 pending action and apply one by one. We can create a policy to apply it automatically. For the view of the supply chain, we can see here, we can see the difference here between the hybrid environment with the on-premise. To see if we select the view of the on-premise, we only see the component of the on-premise. It means without any information for the cloud. And we also can see the supply chain view also different when we select for a specific application. Let's say we have a business application here with the name of Financial Line HCI, and when we click on that application, it drill down to the component to that application only. So we can see here this application is running on 16 virtual machine with 16 application component, etc., etc. And here is the pending action for this application. few minutes ago, I just mentioned about IWO can help to saving cost. So let's say when we go to the cloud and do some of the uh, analytic based on integration with the AWS account here, we can see the IWO can help to do a potential saving $46 per month. So let's see what is it. When we go into the detail, okay, so on the cloud at the moment we have 12 virtual machine, and when we implement the virtual machine on the AWS public cloud, we use to get the instant time like T2 medium, but based on the AI analytic, I will can understand uh, this application running on the virtual machine maybe just need the instant time is a T3A medium. And here is the lead of the new instance die. I would suggest to change from the old one to the new one. And from that, we can see how much we can save for AWS account information. And in the detail, we can see if we change the instant time from T2 medium to T3A medium, what is the impact and what is the information for the virtual machine from the compute, CPU, memory capacity, and even for some of the information for the performance like I/O throughput. So that is some of the information from the dashboard we can get for the suggestion of the optimization saving code for IWO. Next part is the last one in this demo I want to show you is the planning. To do a management in data center, uh, we often work with a plan. So the plan here, we have different options, and the IWO also have a suggest like a template for you to do a plan. So we can see from the cloud, we can see we can make a plan to optimize the cloud or migrate some of the virtual machine or application from on-premise to the cloud. And even on-premise, we also have many plan type like add virtual machine in the current environment. So what is the impact? How many uh, resources we have to spend when we add a virtual machine? And let's say if we want to go for the hardware refreshment, let's say at the moment we have 5 UZ M3, and right now we just announced M6, and customer want to upgrade, do a refreshment from M3 to M6. How many new hosts they will need for the M6? Let's say based on the calculation from the IWO, they just need 3 M6 for refreshment. So now I only run uh, an example to do a migration from on-premise to the cloud. So from on-premise to the cloud, you can select here and select the detail of what thing you want to do a migration. So for saving time, I already create a plan to migrate 46 virtual machine from on-premise running the Windows OS to the cloud with the AWS offering class standard. And you can see here for the IWO, we have 2 columns. One is a lift and shift. Lift and shift is mean we migrate all of the current setting of the virtual machine from on-premise to the cloud. And the price here we have to pay is 6,282 per month. And the good thing from IWO is it's not just about calculate the cost when we migrate from the virtual machine on premise to the cloud, but we can do the optimization. So for the virtual machine here, if we did the same configuration for the lift and shift, it means for the 46 virtual machine, based on the calculation, they need 4 large M5A and 4 large Z1D, and the rest is a 38 C5A large. But IWO can suggest, actually we can break down in different type of the instant type, and we can see the detail here with the virtual machine mapping from the old instant type to the new instant type with the detail of the configuration and the price as well. So from that we can see IWO can help to calculate the cost. uh, we only need to pay $966 per month. So that is the advantage of iWork and can help us in terms of the integration between public cloud information and help us to optimize the cost as well. So I would say this is the last part of the demo today, and thank you for your time to watching the demo session. And now we go to the next part of the question and answer. If we have any question from the attendee, so I can help to answer. And today I have Changji as a moderator, can help us to see are there any question from the attendee. Changji, please.
Yeah, thank you, David, for the great presentation. And in the Q&A panel, we actually see some very good questions coming in. And I'll select one or two. The first question is related to one of the scenarios that you just demoed. That is the with the AD financial light. So the question is, what is the value to see with the IWO integration with App Dynamic?
Wow, that is really a good question. Nowadays, for the intersite workload optimizer, when we integrated with App Dynamic, it correlate all of the business application and performance from the infrastructure metric to provide all of the visibility and can help us to do the intelligent for drive automation of the physical and virtual resources, and can help us in terms of the cost effective optimization. Yes, that's some of the value of the integration between the App Dynamic and IWO or in the side workload optimizer.
Okay, and we got another question. Yeah, and that is a very good question. What are the license tiers that for IWO?
Okay, so the license tier for the IWO, we have 3 tier: Essential, Advantage, and Premier. So because the intersite workload optimizer is one of the components of the intersite dashboard, so maybe some of the customer we have some of the concern like, okay, if I buy the intersite workload optimizer license, do I need to buy the intersite license as well? So for the intersite license, we also have 3 tier: Essential, Advantage, and Premier, same like IWO license tier, but we also have another base license. It's for free. So if the customer don't want to purchase intersite license at the moment to manage other resources like UCS server, Hyperflex, then they just need to go with the base license and consider which IWO license suitable for them, like let's say Essential, Advantage, and Premier. Yeah.
All right. And I think based on the time issue, we're just picking up these 2 questions. And back to you, David.
Yeah, so if you want to continue with the study journey or have any additional questions so far, maybe we can go back with CiscoLive with Bootstrap, or just simple return to the world of the solution to see are there any interested in other solution from us, or just simple to go to the Cisco Cloud and Data Center Showcase booth and watch more on-demand demos. Yeah, that all from my side for today, and thank you very much to attend our session.